of Nitish Kumar ji, as we said earlier. So NDA is quite confident.
पर निखिल ऐसा लग रहा है कि इलेक्शन तो जेडीयू बीजेपी के बीच में हो रहा है. मतलब if you go by the numbers, you find that it's actually an election between BJP and JDU. 70 JDU, 70 BJP. RJD is at 40.
No, it is for the media to make a comparison. But when we entered into the election process, it was a very united psyche, united force. And in August even, we completed our NDA conferences in all over the state. And in September, you won't believe that how much prepared we were. That in September, we completed the NDA conferences of all the assembly constituencies in Bihar. And no one really covered at a national level that there are 243 constituencies. And NDA held their summelans in all the assembly constituencies. So our preparation was going on in a very collective mode. And it is to everyone's surprise that in every NDA meeting of the assemblies, all the NDA party leaders, top leaders of the state, shared the dais. So the preparation was collective and not like at least the Grand Alliance, where TeJashwi Yadav, Nitish Kumar, and even Rahul Gandhi did not gel well, and there was contradiction which was visible all over. So between Rahul Gandhi and TeJashwi Yadav, everyone both wanted to take the lead and put everyone on the back seat. When the vote chori yatra started, Rahul Gandhi started pitching for a particular case. There is a fault line in the SIR and BJP is preparing for the vote chori. And TeJashwi Yadav was not allowed to mingle a single word. Even he spoke few words in Rahul Gandhi's ears and he did not mention his agenda. And when the manifesto of the RJD came out, you saw that Rahul Gandhi's picture was like a pygmy on the poster and it was TeJashwi's plan, not the collective Grand Alliance agenda.
Okay.
So,
okay. Nikhil, just hold your thought. I just need to update my viewers. The party with the largest vote share in Bihar right now is BJP, 22.92%. The party with the second biggest vote share in Bihar is RJD, 22.60%. Party with third largest vote share is JDU, 18.81%. Then there is a component of others which stands at 12.79%. Then you have Congress at 7.94%. Then you have Chirag Paswan's party at 5.50%. And then you have CPI-ML at 3.05%. And Nota is at 2%. Nota is at 2%. And BSP has polled 1.38%. And AIMIM has also polled 1.36% of votes in Bihar. Now, that's the basic.
I think the narrative also needs to change a bit because, we are criticizing Congress party and every other party. But if you look at the performance of RJD itself, it's 44. Last time there was 71 before 3 or 4 MLAs from AIMM joined them and their tally rose to 75. If you take the final figure of 75 and compare it with the figure right now, which is 44, I think it's a 70-80% decline from their previous fortune. So I think, it's and the figures are holding up. It's not like that the figures are going down or there's a complete surge in the numbers which are coming out. I think it's a very, very dismal performance all around as far as MGB
this brings
is
me to, absolutely, sir. This brings me to the question, Faizan. This brings me to the question: why has the performance of Mahagathbandhan declined? There has to be a reason. Why has the performance of Mahagathbandhan declined?
And decline Chitra, is a polite word.
Decline is a polite word. Chitra, is my question. After Faizan, this question is to you.
Yes, decline is I think not a very suitable word here, but still, Tejashwi Yadav was so confident, overconfident, that till yesterday he was inviting everybody for 18th of November for his swearing in. Can you imagine the kind of result and trends are coming, and still he is saying that this is badlav. Till this morning he was saying this is badlav ki hawa chal rahi, badlav ho raha. What kind of badlav he is telling the people? Dekhiye, you see, not only RJD's performance is not up to the mark, even its allies. See, where is VIP? His Mukesh Saini, the deputy chief ministerial face. So where he is, even the Congress, I will say the Congress fought 66 and it was leading on, say, 11 seats. But as a whole, I think this RJD, particularly RJD, has become a victim of overconfidence. I don't know from where this overconfidence was coming to Tejashwi Yadav in his party, but I can say that now he must have realized that his confidence or whatever overconfidence, it was totally wrong, and he will realize himself that this is not his time. His time may come later, but not for
I have a question on the SIR,
yes.
Because that's precisely what the Congress and RJD will hold on to and, pull through eternity. But the fact is that the SIR electoral roll deleted nearly 50 lakh voters from Bihar. 50 lakh is a very huge number. 50 lakh voters have been deleted. Now they'll surely, the mahagathbandhan will surely say this was the reason.
I don't think that this could be a reason for this. But you see the huge turnout of the voters also. If you have deleted 5 million voters, then how come such a big number of voters turn out, particularly the women turn out? So you just cannot blame the SIR for their poor performance.
Okay. All right. We have our reporters on the ground. If I can cut across to Savya, he's right there live in Patna.
Nivriti, let's first lay out the tic-tac of Nivriti Mohan.
We have BJP leader and Member of Parliament Aparajita Sarang with us. Let us talk to her about the trends. Ma'am, the trends have started coming in and it is showing some good results for BJP. What is expected now?
The trailer shows what the film would be like. So we are all delighted, and let me tell you that this was something which had been thought of earlier, and that is what is going to happen. NDA is heading towards a victory, but I can only say that all the Panch Pandavs would be winning together. It's a collective victory, and NDA has played its role well. Prime Minister Modi was intensely involved with the campaigning, and this is a seal of approval on the development agenda of Prime Minister Modi, which was very rightly and very nicely delivered by Sri Nitish Kumar ji on the ground. The best part is that in the past 20 years, though Nitish Kumar ji was there and we have been there for quite some time, I can only say that there is no anti-incumbency factor. And this is because people of Bihar believe Prime Minister Modi's works and they appreciate his working style. They like the ideology of Bharatiya Janata Party and the other parties of the NDA. So I think we are heading towards a collective win, and they were saying, RJD was saying that it would emerge as the single largest party. But seeing the trends, I think I will not be surprised if Bharatiya Janata Party emerges as the single largest party.
So this is for the first time. If it happens, this will be for the first time, and BJP will be playing the role of a big brother this time around.
No, it's not a question of big brother or small brother. I will definitely not say. See, all the Panch Pandav brothers were equally important when the Pandava and Kaurava battle was fought. So I think all Panch Pandavas are together and it is a collective victory. I have been emphasizing this. So I think we are all heading towards the collective win, and again we'll be forming the government in Bihar, and development agenda was our focus, and I'm sure in the days to come, under the leadership of NDA, under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi from the center, the state government would be leading the show and would be focusing on more and more of development of the Biharis.
मुझे तो अपने लोकतंत्र पे बहुत विश्वास है जो होगा, क्योंकि मैं भी अभी बहुत ज्यादा खुश हो जाऊं ऐसा नहीं है। मैं टीवी देख रही हूँ, आपके चैनल के माध्यम से हर एक ट्रेंड को फॉलो कर रही हूँ, लेकिन एक विश्वास मन में बन गया है कि जो ट्रेंड अभी दिखाया जा रहा है वो आगे तक फॉलो होगा अंत तक। ये 1 महीने मैंने ऐसा जो भी एक्सपीरियंस किया है वो कभी किसी किताब से मैं नहीं सीख सकती थी, ना ही किसी यूनिवर्सिटी से सीख सकती थी। ये जो मुझे एक्सपोजर मिला है, लोगों के बीच में जो प्यार मिला है मुझे, ये इसके लिए मैं हमेशा धन्यवाद कहना चाहूंगी प्रधानमंत्री जी को कि एक युवा लड़की को, 25 साल की लड़की को ये इतनी बड़ी दुनिया देने के लिए।
देखिए, महागठबंधन और राजद के नेता हार स्वीकार करके बयानबाजी करने लगे। वो कल से ही बयानबाजी कर रहे हैं और वो जान रहे हैं कि एनडीए भारी बहुमत से जीतने वाला है, इसलिए हार का ठीकरा चुनाव आयोग पर कैसे फोड़े, इसलिए वो बयान दे रहे हैं। जो अभी रुझान भी आए हैं, जो अभी 2-3 राउंड की गिनती हो गई है, पोस्टल बैलेट में भी हम आगे थे, जब राउंड की गिनती अभी हो रही है तब भी हम आगे हैं। इसलिए स्पष्ट बहुमत के साथ एनडीए सरकार बनाएगा। एनडीए पर विश्वास है बिहार की जनता को, प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी और नीतीश कुमार पर विश्वास है बिहार की जनता को। उसी का प्रकटीकरण है कि हमारी सीटें काफी ज्यादा दिख रही हैं।
जनता ने तय करेगी भाई। आप जो भाषा बोल रहे हैं कि जबरदस्ती जाके बैठ जाएंगे, ऐसा होता नहीं ना लोकतंत्र में, संविधान में ऐसा नहीं होता है। आत्मविश्लेषण कीजिए कि क्या कमी है और क्यों इस तरह की स्थिति आपकी हो गई है कि 20 साल के बाद भी। और सबसे बड़ी बात है, ये भी राजनीतिक पंडितों को देखना चाहिए कि 20 साल सरकार चलाने के बाद भी नीतीश कुमार जी की पॉपुलैरिटी, नीतीश कुमार जी का स्वीकृति बिहार के जनता में बढ़ती ही जा रही है। क्यों? इसका मतलब बिहार की जनता में जो वो काम किए हैं वो फेथ है ना। और क्या है, अगर वोट की बात हो, मैं बोलना नहीं चाहता, लेकिन अगर वोट की बात हो तो ये तो जात की राजनीति की बात हो, तो इसको तो सरपास नीतीश जी ने बदल दिया ना नैरेटिव। यहाँ पर लोग हिसाब जोड़ते थे कि ये कास्ट का नंबर इतना, इस कास्ट का। नीतीश जी का कास्ट का क्या है? उनको तो सबका समर्थन है। ये नैरेटिव उन्होंने बदला है बिहार में, ये समझना चाहिए। पूरे बिहार के हर एक समुदाय के लोगों का समर्थन नीतीश कुमार जी को है, तभी आज वो सबसे पॉपुलर लीडर बिहार के। सब समुदाय का एक्सेप्टेंस है, बिहारी पन से लोगों ने नीतीश कुमार जी का समर्थन किया। ये
हर चुनाव राजनीतिक पार्टियों के लिए जनतंत्र का सबक और जनादेश का संदेश होता है, और उस जनतंत्र के सबक और जनादेश के संदेश को विनम्रता के साथ नतमस्तक होकर के सबको स्वीकार करना चाहिए। जहां जो तक है कि जो जीत की जलेबी है और हार का हलवा, दोनों का अपना जो है वो जायका होता है। जनतंत्र में जीत की जलेबी हो या हार का हलवा हो, दोनों का जायका होता है। उसे जो है वो विनम्रता के साथ जो है वो उस जायके का को स्वीकार भी करना चाहिए और समझना भी चाहिए, क्योंकि जो जीता वो सिकंदर, जो हारा वो धुरंधर।
Okay, so just let me take you through, one important observation. Santosh, there are areas where Mahagathbandhan has done well, parts of Bhojpur, but across other areas, it's NDA all the way. Why has that consolidation happened for them? Is specific reason South Bhojpur?
Yes, we have been talking about this. See, Sahabad region was the only region that clearly gave primacy to, but still it was deficit Mahagathbandhan, because they won 22 seats against 22 of NDA. So NDA covered some ground there itself. So again, it comes to mutual conversion of this five-party alliance is proving much better. And of course, the Nitish Kumar's leadership and his social and political capital I've been talking about, that weighed against TeJashwi, raw and immature leadership. He has not been proven, even though he was deputy chief minister twice. So it boils down to the better social combination, better narrative, and the politics of doles. Let us not forget that politics of dole that cemented NDA position in the last 2-3 months. That we are not talking very less about 125 megawatt of free electricity. That covers 1 crore 60 lakh families. And if there are 2-3 voters in each family, most of the voters are covered. At least 60% of voters. And then, of course, the 10,000. I would still call it a 10,000 election. See, I have been calling this 10,000 election. Eventually, it proved that the surge of women voters was a big factor. Even though youth continues to be divided, I would still say youth was divided, youth is divided. But Nitish Kumar's leadership, that Omania scheme, and the better social combination is going across the regions. It will blur the line. I see maybe in Sahabad, in Magadh region, say in Jahanabad, Arwal, in some pockets, they do outperform NDA, mahagathbandhan. But if you go to Nalanda, it looks NDA all the way. If you go to South Bihar, it's primacy of if you go to Simanchal, it is the OIC factor. You have just given the percentage 1.3. The OIC is not much of a factor. NDA had won 12 out of 24 seats there. If it manages to get 14 seats this time, I would not be surprised. So even it is gain in Simanchal bed, it continues to be which used to be a hold of mahagathbandhan. So where are you gaining? See, if you are not gaining in Tirupati, you are not gaining in Saran region. So it's even region wise, it is NDA gaining. It's again comes back to the great mutual conversion of votes. If the vote difference is, it's 7-8%. So I'm a bit surprised. I thought it could be, 5%, 4%, but it is going more as of now. Let us wait for some more rounds to be concluded. Yes, Karthikeya.
A lot of people, including, of course, mahagathbandhan will assume that they will win, but people, best of the best experts said that it will be a tight fight, at least something on the lines that we saw in 2020, where the RJD really leveled up, lost by barely 15 seats. But this time it seems the gap is huge. So none of their campaigns resonated. As much as they thought the Gen Z support they have, the youth will be in favor of TeJashwi, or the fact that there's large-scale unemployment, development hasn't happened as much as it was promised, and just sheer anti-incumbency. Really, nothing has caught on, because the numbers that we see for the NDA now is sweeping. It's possibly the best victory in recent times for them. If I could bring in Chitra Bhatam, where do you think the Congress went wrong? Because all our experts here on our channel today has very clearly said, if anything, the Congress has sort of weighed down the RJD. Chitra?
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Can you hear me? Yeah, so yes, of course, these early trends are very much disappointing for us. But I think the true picture is going to be consolidated by 12 p.m. So we will have to wait and watch the correct figures and the correct trends. Definitely, it is a wake-up call for us. We will analyze as to, what went wrong, where did we fall short. But I've been hearing, all the hype and much hue and cry about Nitish ji now, Nitish ji this, Nitish ji that, etc. But where was Nitish ji during the entire elections? Why was he not declared as the CM face? And I am quite doubtful as to whether he will continue as a CM face in Bihar now or not. So that is a very much pertinent question.
But that doesn't matter now. That's besides the point. In fact, with JDU's performance now, Nitish Kumar very well will be the CM without a doubt.
Politics that the BJP is trying to... No, it is his development politics ultimately on the ground that the BJP is trying to credit itself for, right? So, of course, it matters. It does matter.
Now that when you're losing what...
Their big guns like Mr.
Doesn't matter who becomes the CM is besides the point. That's now not even a point of discussion. The point of discussion should be, where did you fail? That was my question. How and where did you fail? Let me bring in Brijesh, who's been keenly following the elections here. Brijesh, I want to ask you from the optics of it. Rahul Gandhi jumped into the river, he met with people, carried out a voter adhikar yatra, did all the optics that one would want to see, right? And considering that Gen Z is really the buzzword in Bihar, it's got a large youth population, unemployment is large scale, and the paper leak was an issue. Yet the Congress has not been able to pick its numbers, and the RJD has nearly gotten half from what it got last time. What wrong has the Congress and RJD done?
I mean, RJD, I'll have to wait for the final result, but Congress is like, where do you start? I have all the respect for, for Chitra Batham and other spokespersons who will have to come in and defend the performance of Congress party and still, say that there's some sort of consolidation is waiting to happen. But I think, the fact is that it's now crystal clear that the Congress is punching way above its weight.
What do you mean when you say punching above its weight?
It's because, it's not that big a party in Bihar. It's very clear. And you look at the conversion rate, it's nowhere.
So being given 60 seats was a mistake?
Absolutely, and I think the candidate selection, the issue, judging the issue on the ground, it all backfired. I mean, the SIR vote chori abhiyan, and that there was a lot of conversation going about the absence of Rahul Gandhi for good 1 month between the vote adhikar yatra and his second appearance. I think the Congress has to up the game if it wants to be a relevant factor as far as UP and Bihar is concerned. I mean, the performance of Congress is, and if you look at the performance of LJP, I would say, it's comparing, it's 10 times better. I mean, they are at 17, 18 out of the 29 seats, Congress 60 plus seats, and they are at 10.
Yeah.
And this means that they not only, it's one thing to say that Nepal, Gen Z and all those fancy words and hoping that it will work for you, but I think it needs to go back to the drawing board and do a serious recalibration of whether they even got the issues right. Because it is not a loss. It's almost right now we are staring at a 2/3 majority, and it's huge.
They spoke of the right issues by and large, but do you believe that the candidate choice was terribly wrong?
A lot of Congress people were miffed with Alavaru's candidate selection and the way ticket distribution was done.
That's where the raw point is.
That's not the only thing which went wrong. I think almost everything which can go wrong went wrong for the Congress party. The mahagathbandhan couldn't get a handle on, or couldn't tap into the anger of youth, which was upset. People were lathi charged, students were lathi charged in Patna over paper leak. So, I mean, they were not able to tap it. And the result is absolutely shocking. If you ask me, I mean, winning more than 2/3 majority, and the Congress and RJD, saying that we will get youth vote, employment, and the kind of various other promises they made. It's crystal clear that it's Nitish Kumar and his and people of Bihar's big belief in Nitish Kumar, which has turned the table on the mahagathbandhan, and Congress got it all wrong. Look at the conversion rate. I mean, they're not. It's not that RJD's performance is exemplary, but I'm saying that the Congress performance is a big question mark on the ability as far as this two very, very critically important state of UP and Bihar is concerned.
Before I take that break, KV Prasad, in a nutshell, what wrong did the Congress do here? I'm going to repeat myself. Rahul Gandhi's optics was fairly good for the cameras, but it hasn't translated to votes. Why?
Well, certainly the SIR issue that they wanted to work out the ladder up before the elections may have found some people around them, milling around them, but that was not good enough for people to convert it into reposing faith in terms of handing over the reins of office to them, number one. Number two, as Brijesh put it out, all these factors, whether it was, remember towards the last, the Congress pulled out the General Secretary, Mr. Alavaru, and put in Ashok Gehlot to sort out the mess. Because only when Ashok Gehlot met Lalu Prasad Yadav and others, did the declaration of TeJashwi Yadav, that allowed a lot of time for the opposition to the mahagathbandhan to play upon these differences. Plus, around 12 seats, they could not sort out so they were contesting against one another. So that sends a message across the electorate that they are not really in sync with one another. Of course, as Brajesh said, other factors like Rahul Gandhi
internal
not sharing.
friction within the Congress,
If
not
you-
being able to trust their own leadership, wrong choices of candidates, confusion within the own party. That's another reflection that's happened in
You know,
Bihar.
if I may indulge in hazarding or trying to draw a parallel of the result which we are witnessing right now, it reminds me of Haryana election, where you have decided everything even before the first ballot is cast, and the end result was absolute antithesis of what you had started with.
But Rahul Gandhi gave the Haryana hydrogen bomb.
No, Haryana hydrogen bomb, the results are there for the impact of
The
Haryana
hydrogen bomb fell flat.
But I think, what is interesting is that in Haryana also, there was a massive internal rift between Kumari Shailja camp and Bhupinder Singh Hooda camp. Everyone in the party knew about, the rift, and nobody, Rahul Gandhi did not exercise the authority of either silencing Kumari Shailja to not indulge into what she was doing, or Bhupinder Singh Hooda to be slightly more accommodative. They did. In Bihar also that has happened, that they were literally boxed into a corner by TeJashwi.
There is also another thing, food for thought, Bihar is roughly 89% rural. Most rural state after Himachal Pradesh. If the most rural state votes for BJP and JDU, it's food for thought for the so-called rural politics of the Congress party. That's number one.
One takeaway. Okay, you finished. I'll tell you.
That's number one. The second issue, I would like to bring this on the table is, it's not one election, 2025, 2020, 24, 2019, 2014. There are a number of elections, which means that somehow Mahagathbandhan has not been able to win the trust of economically backward castes. Now, whether it's a horizontal reservation, vertical reservation, whatever it is, they have not been able to break into the EBCs. That's the second most important point. The third more important point is that I don't know whether it's a dynastic politics has worked better for Mahagathbandhan or not, but they have not been able to create an alternative to the persona of Nitish Kumar for what he stands for, whether he's Sushasan Babu, whether he's a somersault guy, I don't know, or as Santosh taught me a new word today, Vyavaharik Samajwad.
I think the time has come for Congress to listen to Shashi Tharoor. If you look at the performance,
Santosh taught me another word, Vyavaharik Samajwad. Is it a win for Vyavaharik Samajwad? I don't know.
Look at the numbers.
Something has not been learned by the opposition, and that's the most important thing.
I have one big takeaway is that nobody reins in the allies better than the NDA. The NDA's coordination with its allies and the way they sort of keep them intact in place with whatever power, money, strength, conviction, strategy, anything, but they go in for the kill. But that said, the India alliance is always so fragmented, confused, looking everywhere else. Too much democracy is also not good. You need someone to crack a whip, and there's nobody to hold on, nobody to bring, nobody to really act like the glue. But with the NDA, Prime Minister is the glue.
Agreed. Navila, but I like to disagree on that point that it is not BJP. It is the BJP under the current leadership, which is different, because when Mr. Vajpayee was leading a 23-party coalition, parties within the coalition went out, contested against coalition partners.
So
there's a difference.
Okay, it's time for a commercial break. And once we are back, we're going to discuss one thing. And this is a national question. Has opposition finally lost the momentum it gained in 2024 Lok Sabha elections? But after the short break.
ये बेस्ट है सर। हमेशा वाला क्यों नहीं?
मिश्रा जी, आपके लिए फूलों की बरसात, बिरला ओपस एश्योरेंस देने के लिए।
मतलब प्रोडक्ट वारंटी?
ये एक्स्ट्रा है। 1 साल में पेंट को कुछ भी हुआ तो पेंटिंग वापस करके देंगे।
वापस करके देंगे?
वो भी फ्री। पेंटिंग में पहली बार बिरला ओपस एश्योरेंस। रजिस्टर करो birlaopus.com पर।
पता है टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस आपकी फैमिली के लिए कितना जरूरी है? इतना जरूरी है कि भारत सरकार ने इस पे जीएसटी पूरी तरह से हटाकर 0 कर दिया है। पॉलिसी बाजार पर अब 1 करोड़ का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 400 रुपए महीने से शुरू।
बढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
अपनी सुपर पावर यूज करने का टाइम आ गया।
आप टेंशन मत लीजिए, IIFL फाइनेंस से झटपट गोल्ड लोन लीजिए और बिजनेस आगे बढ़ाइए।
लाइफ जब भी आगे बढ़ने का मौका दे, अपनी सुपर पावर, अपना गोल्ड यूज करिए और IIFL फाइनेंस से गोल्ड लोन लीजिए।
IIFL फाइनेंस करता है सीधी बात।
जनाब, आपने भारत कनेक्ट का नाम सुना है?
नहीं, बस सर्विस है क्या?
बस सर्विस नहीं, वो 700 से ज्यादा ऐप्स पे बिल पेमेंट्स पॉसिबल बनाते हैं, जैसे अभी किया।
भाई वाह!
आप हमें जानते नहीं पर मानते जरूर हैं, हम हैं भारत कनेक्ट।
All right. Well, we are right here at News9 tracking very closely developments there coming in on the numbers, and the numbers are, sadly laughable for the Mahagathbandhan. Brijesh joins me in the studio here with our panelists. But before I go to our panelists, Brijesh, as Team News9, we've been tracking Bihar elections, and the run-up to it showed quite promising results for the Mahagathbandhan. But it's appalling to see the number 57 that our updates are showing us. 57 versus a 183. I bet you the Mahagathbandhan is now going to town saying this is exactly what we said. SIR has stolen our votes.
Well, I think, they can bet anything they want to, but I think these are the numbers, if I can be honest. Even the NDA wouldn't have thought that this is the kind of resounding victory they will get. LJP, who fought 29 seats, is 21 seats, BJP 82, JDU 74. I mean, what to say of Congress? I think the RJD is also perhaps at their lowest best if the current numbers are anything to go by. I think any and every issue, I think its time has come for the Congress party to completely drop that, whatever hydrogen bomb or any other bomb which they intend to drop, and focus on issues which concern people and do a serious run into election. Otherwise, I mean, I think, from 2024, when it looked like, that there are certain issues which were big enough to eclipse Prime Minister's popularity, and it brought BJP, from the expected 350 plus seats to 240 seats. I think BJP has done a lot of cool calibrations and cruel calibrations, if I may add, and look at the comeback, the kind of comeback they have done. If the numbers hold up.
Underestimate the fact that people have seen the Lalu Prasad era. And clearly at that point it was, it was deemed as Jungle Raj, and that image still,
See,
follows him.
I'm not denying that.
It follows him for the only reason because he has corruption cases even today. Just a few weeks ago, there was another case that was slapped against him. TeJashwi Yadav is also involved in the same case. The same case that's been going on for years now, charge sheeted. So, corruption shadow is on the Lalu family.
See, honestly speaking, I don't think in Indian politics corruption matters that much until unless you are kind of caught right in the middle of the election.
A state like Bihar that's really borne the brunt of it.
See, I mean, in Bihar, like, you talk of Mahabali, you talk of corruption. It happens, when the case breaks in between the election or leading up to the election, then it can have a cascading effect. But cases which have been there in public domain for more than 2, 3 years, 4 years, I don't think they will have that kind of impact. I would say that, 10 Hazariya scheme, Santosh has been talking about, had a huge impact on the electoral fortune of the BJP, of the NDA. And I think any issue and every issue which both the RJD and the Congress party thought it's going to work well for them or pay good dividend, it just simply crashed. I don't, have any other explanation, if I may say so, offer, because 183 seats, I don't think even any of the exit poll had predicted this extent of rout for Mahagathbandhan. So there were 20 seat difference, 30 seats different, but to predict an absolute, one-way traffic as far as this election is concerned was something which I doubt, even any credible pollster had predicted.
So basically, Mahagathbandhan, RJD has lost out. It's not just the Congress that has picked up.
75 from last is 42.
RJD has lost significantly. So if I could quickly bring in Sumit Pandey also on this, on 3 top reasons to why RJD sees this kind of debacle. None of us expected this number for the RJD.
First, I think RJD's vote share, or Mahagathbandhan vote share tells the story. 33%, which means primarily 17% Muslims plus 14% Yadavs plus some assorted votes of Congress and all. They have not been able to get anything more than that. Bihar in some ways is complex, but in many ways is also very easy state to understand. This alliance would have had to get at least 60% of the extremely backward caste votes, that is 26% of the vote block, as per the last caste survey which was done in Bihar in 2023. 36% is the extremely backward caste, out of which around 26% is the Hindu backward caste, the rest is the Muslims EBC. The communities like, the Nishads, the other thing, if you are not able to get around 60-65% of their votes, I don't think you can make it.
You know, I also feel, why do you think that the Mahagathbandhan wasn't able to take in the confidence of the backward classes? What really went wrong? If I could also bring in our panelists, we have Faizan Ahmed, senior journalist, who also joins us. Faizan, if you can come in on that, why do you believe that the Mahagathbandhan wasn't able to build confidence with the backward classes enough as much as JDU or the BJP could?
Yeah. But one thing I wanted to say, that who is responsible for this mess in Mahagathbandhan? I will say it is RJD. Because you see, RJD was the biggest party in the Mahagathbandhan, and it was given the responsibility of coordinating with all its allies. And you see, he was made the convener of this coordination committee, but hardly there was any meeting of the coordination committee, and it did nothing absolutely, because not a single candidate was selected by any party by that time. Not even the seats were decided. So all this mess was created in the among these Mahagathbandhan partners. And I will say that in 2020, Lalu Prasad had a role in the election campaign, and he managed very good coordination among the partners. But this time, the entire responsibility was on TeJashwi Yadav. And I'm sorry to say that TeJashwi Yadav just failed to perform his duties, and he was just in a overconfidence kind of things, and he was surrounded by these advisors who were not even fully aware of the situation on the ground. So there was a very bad reading of the situation, and that is why he was saying that our alliance is coming and this change everything. And also I want to add one thing, that a slogan, very common slogan of the JDU people was 20-25 फिर से Nitish. And if the results are any indication, the trends are any indication, Nitish Kumar is again going to be the chief minister.
Okay, I mean, going by the looks of it, with the numbers of the JDU, it clearly appears that Nitish Kumar deserves to be the chief minister yet again. People have trusted in his governance under his leadership. The NDA went to campaign, and well, here they have the numbers. The one number that we are flashing on our screens here for the NDA is 186, and that's a massive lead for the NDA at nearly 11 a.m. Not much might change. A few seats here and there might go up and down, but that's still a huge gap, a clear, overwhelming victory for the NDA in Bihar. I'm going to slip into a short break. I have Mayank Molly, spokesperson of the BJP. We also have Advocate Arshpreet Khadial, and also Manoj Das Manu, leader of the JDU, joining us. We're going to slip into a short break and come back with our panelists on board. Stay with us.
पता है टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस आपकी फैमिली के लिए कितना जरूरी है? इतना जरूरी है कि भारत सरकार ने इस पे जीएसटी पूरी तरह से हटाकर जीरो कर दिया है। पॉलिसी बाजार पर अब 1 करोड़ का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 400 रुपए महीने से शुरू।
बढ़ता है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
यही मौका है बिजनेस को बढ़ाने का, पर पैसा।
अपनी सुपर पावर यूज करने का टाइम आ गया है।
अब टेंशन मत लीजिए, IIFL फाइनेंस से झटपट गोल्ड लोन लीजिए और बिजनेस आगे बढ़ाइए।
आपके जैसे सुपर हीरोज ऐसी छोटी मोटी प्रॉब्लम से थोड़ी ना रुकते हैं, इसीलिए लाइफ जब भी आगे बढ़ने का मौका दे तो अपनी सुपर पावर अपना गोल्ड यूज करिए और IIFL फाइनेंस से गोल्ड लोन लीजिए।
IIFL फाइनेंस करता है सीधी बात।
ये बेस्ट है सर।
हमेशा वाला क्यों नहीं?
मिश्रा जी, आपके लिए फूलों की बरसात, बिरला ओपस एश्योरेंस देने के लिए।
मतलब प्रोडक्ट वारंटी?
ये एक्स्ट्रा है। 1 साल में पेंट को कुछ भी हुआ तो पेंटिंग वापस करके देंगे।
वापस करके देंगे?
वो भी फ्री। पेंटिंग में पहली बार बिरला ओपस एश्योरेंस। रजिस्टर करो birlaopus.com पर।
भाई साहब, आपने भारत कनेक्ट का नाम सुना है?
एक और सोशल मीडिया ऐप।
सोशल मीडिया ऐप नहीं, वो 700 से ज्यादा ऐप्स पे बिल पेमेंट्स पॉसिबल बनाते हैं।
बढ़िया है।
आप हमें जानते नहीं पर मानते जरूर हैं। हम हैं भारत कनेक्ट।
खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
Light, camera and action. Kick back, relax, grab your favorite snack because News9 is here with your weekend dose of entertainment. It's time to take a deeper dive into the buzzworthy happenings of the entertainment world. From celebrity gossips to exclusive conversations, from nostalgic moments to News9's pick of the week, don't worry, we've got you covered here. And I hope you've grabbed your popcorn by now because News9's Page 3 is here to serve you everything that we call entertainment. So do stay tuned every Saturday and Sunday, 2:30 p.m.
Welcome back to our rolling coverage on Bihar elections. The big breaking is that finally we can say, I'm not calling out the elections right now, but I can say that the Bharatiya Janata Party and JDU are way ahead of the competition. JDU is in 82 seats as per the Election Commission data. BJP on 78 seats as per the Election Commission data. RJD is decimated, 34 seats. And the Chirag Paswan's party, Ram Vilas Paswan's son, he is leading on 22 seats, and the Congress, which is a national party with 99 seats in Lok Sabha, is leading only on 6 seats. CPI-ML is leading on 6 seats. HAM is on 4 seats. I mean to say the Congress has one, let the mahagathbandhan down. Second, RJD itself has let the mahagathbandhan down. It's a combined, I would say, failure of the mahagathbandhan to reimagine their politics around Nitish Kumar. So, and secondly, look at the way the wit has been deployed by Bharatiya Janata Party in context of the tweet. Nabila.
Well, little did we imagine that the Congress will, be under the LJP also. That's the biggest embarrassment for them. LJP was got only 2 seats in 2020 elections. From there to now, what a big leap for them. Huge strike rate. 2024 also, Chirag Paswan's party did well, and it seems like that winning streak has continued. And if you see overall, it's not just the LJP, that way JDU has also done so well, much better than the last time. The BJP has also done much better than the last time. So entirely, it seems like all who voted clearly for the NDA as an alliance.
I think, the Kartikeya was drawing a Maharashtra reference. I think if you leave aside the point that, that whether it was only BJP, I think if you talk in terms of coalition, I completely agree now with the figures that it's a Maharashtra redux. I mean, look at the number. It's like, I would not say that it has come out completely like, 4th or 5th round of, or 6th round of counting would be done. But the way number has been holding up for the last 1.5 hours is very clear that NDA alliance is inching towards 200. And I would be, I would stand to be corrected. But I think this is going to be one of the most historic mandate Bihar has ever seen. This is the most historic election in terms of number of votes polled. And I think this is going to turn into the most historic election in terms of the mandate which has been won by any particular coalition. They are 185, and going by the looks of it, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they touch even 200.
And you should really laud the NDA for its discipline. You know, the timing of when the seats were announced, the candidates were announced, the campaign was given. You know, it was done in time enough for the candidates to campaign on the ground. But Mahagathbandhan announced their seats and their candidates fag end. Where do they have the time?
I think the smart
Where
thing
do
which
they have the time?
The smart thing which was done by BJP is that they didn't fall prey to the conversation which was being created that Nitish Kumar is not going to become the chief minister. There were a couple of statements, one by Amit Shah and others, that that we will take a decision post-election, but they immediately did the course correction. It was emphatically made that Nitish is going to be the chief minister come what may.
But that also is a point that did not stick. It was not a sticking point. I think people don't care.
See, I mean, if you look at the number, there is no single point which has been raised by Mahagathbandhan stuck.
Exactly,
I mean,
and the fact that BJP also is one sizably.
BJP is the leading party,
correct,
number one
shows
party
that
right
the
now.
people did not care that if Nitish or anybody else is the CM, but the NDA comes to power.
Just let me introduce the guests. We are joined by Mayank Pauli, spokesperson BJP, Advocate Arshpreet Khadiyal, spokesperson Congress Party, Manoj Das Manu, leader JDU, Brijesh Pandey. He's with us, KV Prasad, senior journalist. Sumit is with me, political editor, Deccan Herald. Smita Mishra, author, senior journalist. Faizan Ahmed, and obviously Nabila. But let me go to Samya first. Samya.
Well, Karthikeya, these numbers, they don't seem to change anytime soon. They are pretty much static right now. I am showing you the Election Commission's website. And as per the Election Commission's website, it appears that Sushasan Babu is going to continue his winning streak. JDU is at 83, BJP 78, RJD 33, LJP 22, CPIML 7. But the Congress Party is at 6 right now. And if I have to actually show you how the vote percentage of these particular parties is looking at right now, here is where you can see BJP is standing at 22%, the Congress is at 8%, the JDU is at 18%, the LJP is at 5.7%, and of course the RJD is at 22%. So even as per the vote percentage, it's a clear lead for the JDU and the BJP combined, BJP at 22 and the JDU at 18. But it is the RJD which is at 22.7%. So as far as the numbers may not be stacked up in favor of the Gathbandhan, interesting to note over here, Karthikeya, that this percentage is where RJD is still showing 22% of the vote share, which is not bad in comparison.
Samya, there's one more thing. If you look at the numbers, Chirag Paswan has done better than the Congress Party. I mean to say that's a real poor performance. That boy has not only turned his party around, but his entire politics.
So, in that question then, Karthikeya, as far as the Congress Party is concerned, it appears that they were living under the rock when it comes to what exactly should connect with the people of Bihar, whether their padhai, whether their sichai, kamai is going to work or not. As far as vote story is concerned, it didn't seem to have resonated with the people of Bihar. But since LJP has done so well, does Chirag Paswan then stand a chance to become the Deputy Chief Minister? Because as far as these trends are concerned and these numbers don't seem to change anytime soon.
And you know, one more thing, Samya. One more thing. Since we are talking about Chirag Paswan, Smita, I want to come here on this. The conversion rate of Chirag Paswan is far higher than Congress Party. Chirag Paswan's party has got 5.73% of vote. Indian National Congress is around 8.8 or 8.08%, which is 8.1% of the vote, which means the conversion rate of Chirag Paswan is far higher than the Congress Party. I think that's the most important. See, there are a number of political stories today, but this is one story that cannot be ignored, isn't that?
CPIML contested 20 seats winning seat. Congress has contested 60 seats winning 5.
Yes.
I'm saying it's a poor conversion rate.
I have been saying this from the beginning, that Mukesh Sahni, Rahul Gandhi will be the biggest drags for their alliance in this election. I don't know how many times I shall have to repeat it. But coming to Rahul Gandhi, 2 days, I landed in Bihar 2 days after the voter Adhikar Yatra had concluded, and not even the Bihar Congress was talking about the Yatra. So, I mean, what remains to be said about it? And I am sorry to say, Tejashwi Yadav put in a lot of effort. His party has done equally badly, by the way. After 20 years, if you cannot dislodge a government, a chief minister, then you have serious questions about your political presence. However, I do want to point out that Tejashwi Yadav did make a lot of effort. He also tried to expand the tent of the MY combination to more castes, etc. But Congress party wasted valuable weeks going about this voter adhikar yatra. I don't want to make this conversation too long, Kartikeya. We have other friends.
Can I break it for a moment? Congress crying foul already. That's the news that we have, and they're flashing it on our screens. They're blaming the Election Commission of India. Exactly what I said. They will blame the SIR, and you already have it. Congress now saying Congress now saying that easy to blame.
Yeah, I mean that is so much on expected lines. I don't think anybody will even take note. But let me tell you one thing. You are conducting a voter adhikar yatra blaming vote chori in a state which not too long ago had seen the situation where one did not come out of home to exercise their franchise because they would be killed.
No, correct.
I think interesting data is
Pawan Khera has spoken from the Congress. Let's hear it.
तो अभी शुरुआती रुझान है, थोड़ा इंतजार कर रहे हैं। शुरुआती रुझानों में जरूर लग रहा है कि ज्ञानेश कुमार गुप्ता भारी पड़ रहे हैं बिहार की जनता पर, लेकिन आने वाले कुछ घंटों में स्पष्ट होगा कि बिहार के लोग भारी पड़ेंगे ज्ञानेश कुमार गुप्ता पर या ज्ञानेश कुमार गुप्ता ही भारी पड़ेंगे। देखते हैं, इंतजार कर रहे हैं। मैं बिहार की जनता को तो कम नहीं आंक सकता। मैं पूरा हिम्मत दिखाई है, SIR के बावजूद दिखाई है, वोट चोरी के बावजूद दिखाई है। अब आने वाले घंटों में देखते हैं कि ज्ञानेश कुमार गुप्ता कितने इफेक्टिव हैं।
We are joined by Manoj Das Manu, leader JDU, and Mayank Mauli, spokesperson BJP. But I have to say this, ऐसा लग रहा है कि कांग्रेस का मुकाबला JDU BJP से नहीं है, उनका मुकाबला LJP और हैम से है।
उनसे भी नहीं है,
हैम से है। तो उनका मुकाबला हैम से है जो चार सीट पे है, और उनका लगता है मुकाबला हैम पार्टी से है, क्योंकि जो LJP RV है वो तो 22 की लीड पे है। I mean, say there is not even a respectable fight. I mean, so this is like complete crashing out.
Forget, I think, there's a very important point raised by Faizan sir when he said that, that one person who, other than, the Rahul Gandhi, who needs to be squarely blamed for this debacle is Tejashwi Yadav. The way he went about it, the way he completely, asserted himself, because Lalu Prasad Yadav, after asserting to a level, was also a very pragmatic analyst of the situation. The way he went about it, made the election all about himself. And look at the numbers, he's at 35, which is the original number which he polled in 2020, which is supposed to be the best election, was 71. So he's 50% more, 52% down than his previous best. So it's an equally dismal performance by RJD than is by the Congress party.
Okay, absolutely.
And Congress was never a force to reckon with in the larger gig as far as Bihar was concerned.
Absolutely. So we have Mayank Mauli, spokesperson BJP, and Manoj Das Manu, leader JDU. First to Mayank. Mayank, damn good performance. It's like you have a contest with JDU 81, 82, 80, 81. आप ही दोनों के बीच में दौड़ हो रही है, ऐसा लग रहा है।
सबसे पहले नमस्कार और सारे पैनलिस्टों को और सारे प्रबुद्धजनों को। ये एक मैमथ विक्ट्री है सर, और इसका पहले से एंटिसिपेशन हम सब ने कर रखा था। हमारे विभिन्न नेताओं ने, चाहे जेडीयू से हो या हमारे बीजेपी से हो, हम सब एक ही बात दोहरा रहे थे कि ये प्रो इनकम्बेंसी चल रही है, ना कि एंटी इनकम्बेंसी, और जिसको जो कि हमने ग्राउंड लेवल पे देखा भी है। और लगभग हम लोग 2010 को रिपीट ही नहीं करने जा रहे हैं, उसको सरपास करने जा रहे हैं। बस थोड़े घंटों की बात और रह गई है। और अभी मैंने कांग्रेस के पवन खेड़ा सर को सुना और बाकी लोगों को भी सुना। मतलब अभी भी देखिए, मतलब हार मानने को स्वीकार नहीं है, जनता का मैंडेट मानने को स्वीकार नहीं है, और अभी भी ठीकरा जो है ये चुनाव आयोग और बाकी संवैधानिक संस्थाओं पे फोड़ रहे हैं। ये क्यों नहीं मान रहे कि आप पीछे हट गए, आपको बिहार की जनता ने नकार दिया है। और चाहे ये इनके घटक दल से तेजस्वी यादव जी हों या कथित तौर पे जिन्हें इन्होंने अपना चुनाव से पहले ही डिप्टी सीएम का पोस्ट बांट दिया था। तेजस्वी यादव जी तो कल सुबह तक कह रहे थे कि हम 18 तारीख को कई ओथ लेने जा रहे हैं, उसके बाद फलाने दिन ये करेंगे। उनका बकायदा एक टाइमलाइन उन्होंने जारी करा था। सारे टाइमलाइन धरे के धरी रह गई। क्यों? क्योंकि बिहार की जनता को सुशासन पे विश्वास था और माननीय नीतीश कुमार जी के चेहरे पे जो कहिए प्रो इनकम्बेंसी का
concisely decided that they want Mahagathbandhan, they want the NDA.
Mr. Manoj Das, Manu, your opening comment, sir.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर। अपनी कमेंट की कोई अब आवश्यकता ही नहीं है, ये लास्ट कमेंट है। और बिहार की देखिए, पवन खेरा जी ने जिस तरह से आज बात कर रहे हैं, तो पवन खेरा बिहार में है कहाँ? कहीं तो बिहार में है नहीं। मैं तो कई चैनलों पर पहले ही घोषणा कर चुका हूं कि राहुल गांधी और 4 बार बिहार चले आए चुनाव के दौरान, लेकिन उन्होंने जिन लोगों ने बिहारियों को मच्छर कहा, बिहारियों को फैलरिया कहा, बिहारियों को मैला ढोने वाला कहा, उन नेताओं के साथ जो उन्होंने घूमने का काम किया, तो बिहार की जनता ने उनके लिए तय कर दी कि इनके 19 सीट भी हम देने नहीं जा रहे हैं। और पवन खेरा जी अब बोलेंगे 12 बजे के बाद से, ये भी आप सुन ले हमारे से कि ईवीएम को ज्ञानेश कुमार जी ने बटन से हैंग कर दिया, और इसी कारण जो है ये बीजेपी और एनडीए इसमें जीत के चले आएगी, क्योंकि उनका तो पुराना ये नियम है ना कि जहां वो जीतते हैं वहां पर ईवीएम उनके लिए बहुत अच्छी रहती है, जहां हार जाते हैं वहां ईवीएम बेचारी पर दाग लग जाता है। तो ये तो दाग लगाने वाले लोग हैं, लेकिन इनके दाग अच्छे हैं, और ऐसे ही ये दाग लगाते रहे, बिहार की जनता को बताते रहे, 2.5 करोड़ लोगों को 40 लाख नौकरी में बांटते रहे, महिलाओं को अंतिम समय में 30,000 देते रहे, सब कुछ ये सामने आ गया। और हमारे नेता शुरू से ही देखिए, नीतीश कुमार जी सही में विकास पुरुष हैं, इसमें कहीं से कोई दो मत नहीं है। इसीलिए 2005 के बाद से लगातार बिहार की जनता नीतीश कुमार के नेतृत्व पर विश्वास करती है, वह परिणाम सामने आता है। और मैं फिर अभी आपको बता दूं कि जो अभी ट्रेंड जा रहा है उससे 10 से 15 के बीच में कमी आएगी, या आगे हमारा बढ़ेगा या कम होगा। हम सरकार फुल मेजॉरिटी से बनाने के लिए जा रहे हैं। और नीतीश कुमार जी के बारे में जो हमने नारा दिया था कि टाइगर अभी जिंदा है, तो टाइगर हमेशा ही जिंदा रहता है, टाइगर कभी बूढ़ा नहीं होता है। टाइगर की
मनोज जी, तेजस्वी यादव 1273 वोट से पीछे हैं। आपको उम्मीद थी कि आप जो नेता है दूसरा प्रतिपक्ष का, वो ट्रेल कर जाएगा इस चुनाव में?
ट्रांसलेट प्लीज।
एक मिनट सर, वन मिनट सर प्लीज।
मैं कह रहा था कि तेजस्वी यादव पीछे हैं, आपने
जी जी, मैं तो अभी आपको बता रहा हूं कि आगे आते आते तेजस्वी यादव इतने ट्रोल हो जाएंगे कि हमारा जो उम्मीदवार वहां है बीजेपी के सतीश यादव जी, जिन्होंने इनके मदर को हराने का काम किया था, आज उनको भी हरा कर बाहर भेज देंगे। आप निश्चिंत रहें, 2 घंटे का समय दे, वो बहुत नीचे ट्रेल कर जाएंगे और फिर उनको ऊपर पकड़ना बहुत मुश्किल होगा।
Clearly from the looks of it, with Tejashwi Yadav also trailing, people want experience more than energy.
I think Tejashwi was to be Cat has 9 lives, Nitish Kumar has 10.
Oh my God.
I think, this election is, the only person who has literally reinvented himself. He was sort of political wilderness in the sense that there's a lot of speculation about his health, his mental faculty, his ability to pull in voters, lead a coalition.
Let's be fair,
and look at
he hopped also twice.
He has. That's why I'm saying that this is the 10th time he's going to become the chief minister, and the fact is that his party is now the leading party. He's contested election in 101 seats and he's leading in 84. The biggest story is that how Nitish Kumar has reinvented himself, and when he becomes the next chief minister, which he will, now there's no doubt about it, he will rule with the same kind of moral authority as he used to rule in 2005. I think Nitish has completely reestablished himself as far as the comeback politician, if you ask me, is concerned. Because earlier it was like, led in 43, sabotaged by Chirag Paswan, living on the borrowed timeline, as it was said, kripa se ji rahe BJP.
And there was a lot of talk that they might move him to a central position, that he may be taking on a central role.
This is what you call comeback, dream comeback. If you ask me for a politician, dream comeback.
Talking of reinvention, on those 4 days when Bihar went through a very heavy spell of rain, all helicopters were grounded and all leaders were sitting at home. They could not go out to campaign. And Nitish Kumar covered 400 kilometers by road, drenched in the rain, addressing people in nukkad after nukkad. I mean, how more can you reinvent yourself?
You know, visuals are coming in right from the JDU office. Outside celebrations are on. BJP must be keeping their celebrations subdued, but JDU is not falling short.
I think that's a different optics. They are doing it in Patna.
no, but
there's a Red Fort attack that has taken place.
No, I get that, but has to be said that the alliance partner JDU is not cutting short. They are clearly going ahead with their celebrations.
It's a regional party.
There's a model code of conduct.
It's a regional party.
There's a model code of conduct which has been put in place for till 16, which forbids any victorious processions and all, which is there in place in Patna.
So, are we going to see a grand show today in Delhi?
I mean, I think Prime Minister may speak, but as has been said in the morning, they might avoid the usual pomp and show.
But the speech might take
attack. 100%. I don't see.
I'm sure
that
he will address.
He will.
He will address.
So for a regional party, this is a massive comeback. This means they're here to stay for the next few decades.
Oh, I mean, I don't know about decades, but next 5 years, as long as Nitish Kumar is hale and hearty, he is going to be the chief minister. That's kind of literally cast in stone.
So, Sumit, what does it mean for the opposition at large? Do you think that BJP has been able to deflate the verdict impact of 2024 completely?
One point on what Brijesh said on Nitish Kumar. Interestingly, whether he is with the BJP or against the BJP, Nitish Kumar is the man who stands between BJP and the chief ministership of Bihar for the party. It is the only state. It is the only state where BJP has, in the heartland, where BJP has not had its chief minister. Remember, the only state. Odisha, Assam, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Goa. In Goa, remember, they started as a junior partner. Maharashtra, the Gomantak party. It is the only state. So whether he is with the BJP or against the BJP,
he's still
the only one who is...
As they say, Bharat kisi ki bhi ho, Dulha Nitish Kumar hai.
And the other interesting thing, in the last 20 years in Bihar politics, it is the leader of opposition which changes.
Yeah.
Except for a very brief period when Mr. Maji was CM, which Nitish Kumar obviously made him, that it is the LOP and the opposition which changes. Nitish Kumar, I mean, there have been occasions that BJP is opposition, there have been occasions when RJD has been opposition, but Nitish Kumar has been in the treasury.
Okay. Who was the second
so these 2 points I was
after
interesting.
Do you think that
observation.
NDA will be 200 plus?
Looks
See,
like that
I am
only.
keeping the benchmark at 206, which was the tally in 2010 elections when the RJD, just like today, had almost folded up. It was in a very bad situation. There was no trust in the RJD. Nitish Kumar, after his first term, had really brought a sea change. And you know what happens when things are really bad, they are so dismal, then the change appears much bigger. You know, it is minus and plus situation.
Like when it rains, it pours.
Yes. So 206 is the benchmark I am looking at. Whether it will be surpassed in today's verdict or whether it will remain, it will be very close. There is no doubt. But look at the RJD figures. I mean, we could all sense it that the Congress will do badly, Sahni will do badly. I mean, these were things which are already visible. But there was a certain segment which wanted to vote for TeJashwi and the RJD. It's a committed vote bank kind of thing. But look at the RJD. Their numbers are my real curiosity
32.
today.
32
As per the election commission data.
I think it's an equal fall. I mean,
It's worse than MVA.
We may spend more time criticizing Congress because of the national party, but
Yeah.
if you look at the overall figures, I think the performance of RJD is
it's a
most
bigger
visible.
fall, yeah,
It's a
it's a
huge
much
fall. It's
big-
more than 60-70% fall.
Yeah.
Last time they were 71. This time they are 32.
Okay.
So it's more than 60%.
Okay, let's take a quick reaction from Mayank Pauli and Manoj Das also. Mayank, I know, in election, winners takes it all. You are there. It's your government. But your assessment now, why didn't Prashant Kishor click? He had picked up right issues. What is your assessment? Click kyun nahi hue?
See, we are thumping towards the surpassing like 2010 and very close to 200 mark. And Prashant Kishor, what we were saying, Prashant Kishor was nothing more or less than a political broker sort of thing. And वो बस आए यहाँ पे बिहार में, उनका आप जैसे जानते हैं कि चाहे देश में कहीं भी सरकार बनवानी हो, हमें संपर्क करे, सॉर्ट ऑफ उनका एक बोर्ड हुआ करता था. और बिहार में बेसिकली आए, जो ब्रीफकेस का जो गेम होता है ना इलेक्शंस में, वो इलेक्शन में ब्रीफकेस उन्होंने वसूले और फिर राइट बिफोर द इलेक्शन उन्होंने स्टेप आउट कर लिया। आए थे गेम चेंजर बनने के लिए, चैलेंजर बनने के लिए, और बेसिकली एक रणछोड़ दास बन के गेम छोड़ के भाग गए अपनी पूरी पार्टी को छोड़ के। और शायद बंगाल में ममता दीदी उन्हें बुला रही होंगी और आगे भी अपकमिंग इलेक्शंस होंगे। तो प्रशांत किशोर कोई फैक्टर थे नहीं सर, बेसिकली ये इन्हीं महागठबंधन और कांग्रेस और बाकी पार्टियों के एक एजेंट के तौर पे आए थे। और जब इनकी नैया डूबती देखी तो फिर अपनी नैया उन्होंने पहले ही कही है कि उतारने से ही मना कर दिया और वो निकल लिए वहां से। तो प्रशांत किशोर ना कभी कोई फैक्टर थे। और जैसा आपने देखा होगा हमारे नेताओं पे हो चाहे जदयू पे बड़े आरोप लगाए, उन्होंने तो एक मार्क दिया था ना कि अगर 25 सीटें भी अगर जदयू ला लेती है तो मैं आजीवन राजनीति छोड़ दूंगा। आज आप उनको टॉर्च लेकर के भी ढूंढेंगे ना तो आज उनको दिखाई नहीं देंगे। वो उन्होंने राइटअप में लिख के दिया था कि बड़े बड़े चैनल के पत्रकारों को। तो वही सीन है सर, प्रशांत किशोर कोई फैक्टर ही नहीं था। हमने जैसे पहले भी कहा कि प्रो इनकम्बेंसी का दौर है, प्रो इनकम्बेंसी चल रही थी, वो ग्रास रूट लेवल पे कहीं एक टर्न अराउंड लिखा हुआ था। और जैसे अगर मैं इसे आज इस चुनाव को अगर एक टर्म में अगर मैं कहना चाहूँ तो महिला भाग्य विधाता कहना इसे सही होगा, बिकॉज महिला जो है वो हमेशा से हार्डकोर वोटर रही हैं और नीतीश कुमार जी की और एनडीए की। और महिलाओं ने एक बार फिर से, जैसे कि लास्ट अगर पास 2020 का इलेक्शन देखेंगे तो देवर 125 और मोर देन
स्मिता नया शब्द दे दिया इन्होंने, महिला भाग्य विधाता।
Yes, and महिला भाग्य विधाता not today, महिला भाग्य विधाता from the day those young girls
2005
who were saved from dropping out from school because they got those
दूसरा
cycles.
शब्द सीखा, एक तो व्यवहारिक समाजवाद और दूसरा महिला भाग्य विधाता।
नहीं, व्यवहारिक समाजवाद तो 77 के बाद से ही धीरे 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 दिखने लग गया था, लेकिन बिहार की महिलाओं ने कमाल कर दिया है। अब अगर कोई महिलाओं को पॉलिटिकल फोर्स के तौर पे नहीं देखता है तो ही और शी इज ब्लाइंड। जितना ज्यादा पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज महिलाओं को अपने आप में एक पॉलिटिकल फोर्स की तरह देखें। मुझे शब्द पसंद नहीं है जाति, लेकिन आज महिला एक जाति है। अगर आप उसको सोशल कैटेगरी में देखें,
I think
महिला
good part
कितना कमाल कर
people used to
सकती
make
है।
fun in 1990s that women will not vote outside the caste line, but gender voting has become a reality which I find, though much abused word, very progressive in nature. I am also joined by Advocate Arshpreet Khadiyal, spokesperson of the Congress Party. Sir, your opening comments, very dismal show by Mahagathbandhan.
See, number one, early trends and exit polls are not the exact polls. We have seen that happen in Karnataka and in Maharashtra, where the trends had completely changed.
11,
number
25.
two, if I may, number two, NDA says theirs is a double engine, and we want to ask them where the engine is and where the track is. The NDA seems to be really concerned about Nitish Kumar ji, given his history and given the patterns. Because given the number of alliances he has changed, even Google Maps has not been able to track his political direction. And that's why the Bharatiya
Mr. Khadiyal, I know you can make one of them, but the fact is, let me just take you through the numbers, sir. 82 BJP, 75 JDU, RJD is 35, Chirag Paswan's party is at 22, you are at 7. CPIM is at 6 and HAM is at 4. It's like you are in competition with CPI, ML and HAM.
As far as the early trends go, like I said, they have changed. After the lunch time, it changed in Maharashtra and in Karnataka back in the day. The initial trends could change and we are optimistic they will change. Number two, as far as the double engine goes, the reason as to why they had to have so many slogans, they had to change so many slogans because they could not change the ground reality. Why do we have elections? Why do we have government? So that work could be done. And what is the report card? They failed on law and order, they failed on corruption, they failed on drugs, they failed on farmers, they failed on women empowerment, they failed on development, vis-a-vis education, vis-a-vis Medicare, vis-a-vis streets, vis-a-vis stadiums, vis-a-vis parks. Overall,
Arshdeep, that's the irony there.
Which has come in, I would like to read. Simanchal, which many felt that is going to be a pocket borough for the RJD, and there was a bumper voting. I think the largest percentage was voted in Katihar, in Kishanganj. In Kishanganj, out of 4 seats, NDA is ahead in 3. In Katihar, out of 7 seats, NDA is ahead in 5. In Araria, out of 6 seats, NDA is ahead in 4. And in Purnia, out of 7 seats, NDA is ahead in 5.
So even the counter-polarization
has taken place, and I think this speaks the volume of the route which Mahagathbandhan has taken place.
You know, I quickly, if we can take our viewers through a reaction coming in from
And
the
there's also
Congress
one thing
leader
in
has spoken.
Seemanchal. I'm very sorry.